Hey guys, welcome to Kazob. My name is Advait and I'm the founder. So in this webinar, we are going to be interviewing Nikita Jain, who has actually launched her own fashion label. So we're just going to find out like what it takes to launch your own fashion label and what's it like working in the fashion industry in India. And let me just say upfront that you can just ask questions whenever you want. Don't wait for the end of the webinar to ask the questions. So let's start. Hey Nikita, thanks a lot for coming on Kazob.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, great. So can you start by telling something about yourself, what you do and what you have studied and stuff?
So I have studied my fashion in SNDT for 3 years, a diploma in fashion design, and I did a
Okay.
1 year course at BD Sumani. That's also at a part-time fashion course, and I was in London for like an undergrad course in women's wear, and I did 2 summer school courses also.
Okay. 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 So what do you do now?
I have my own label. I've launched my label with a partner. So I
Okay.
design and so I design clothes and yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. So can you talk a little bit about your label? What's it called and who do you primarily target and stuff like that?
So my label's called E.Z.R.A. That the full form is Endless Zest to Rise Above. We
Okay.
target women with anywhere between 20 to about 60. We have a very wide range of target market,
Okay.
and there's nothing specific really that we really no specific age group we target.
Okay. Okay. Great. Um, and what made you opt for this career? Were you always interested in fashions in school, or like, was it something that you developed late?
No, it was an absolute fluke.
Okay.
It was an absolute fluke. There was no I got interested right after I got into fashion. Like once I got into fashion, then there's nothing like fashion for me now.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, how did the fluke happen? Like, what happened? What
I
made
was actually studying for management, but I realized that I'm not made, and I was always a more creative person than a business or an accounts kind of person. So I knew I
Okay.
couldn't ever do a job, and I want to do something by myself. So I've always
Okay.
been into drawings and art and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, this is one question I get from quite a few students when they are asking about fashion design.
Right.
Is that like they ask, do they really need to be good at drawing to be good fashion designers?
Not at all. I am really bad at drawing. You don't need to be good at drawing at all. As
Okay.
long as you understand what you're doing and your master can understand it, you don't have to be good at drawing. Anyways, you have illustrators
Right.
that can illustrate for you.
Okay, great. So can you talk a little bit about your typical day at work or your typical week? What happens? I'm sure you must be having different days when it comes to fashion weeks and stuff, but can you talk about a
Yeah.
typical day?
Typical day is coming to work. You gotta I have my own studio, my own workshop, so I have to make sure that I ensure that I have to give my staff, my tailors enough work for the day. Look into client orders. I have my own store, so looking into production for the store, collections, making of collections. We also stock at about 20 stores all over India. So looking
Okay.
into orders from the stores or just stocking with the stores, the consignment orders that we get. And
Okay.
that's all that is one part. And then we also look into like conceptualizing for a new collection, research, inspiration,
Right.
what our inspiration for our new collection is. A
Okay.
lot of research, looking into clients. It's a mix of a lot of things.
Okay, so I think like that is at least it's a new insight for me that from what I'm getting from what you're saying is that fashion designing is not only about the creative part, it's also about the business aspect, like doing the logistics and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes.
Um,
Execution. It's about seeing what does well, which what does well in the market, what colors are in the market, what styles are going on, all of that.
right. Okay, great. And what kind of people do you interact with apart from like say the manufacturers and the designers? Um, who else do you
We
interact?
interact with, of course, our clients. Then we
Yeah.
have bloggers who blog. Nowadays, bloggers
Right.
are really the people who talk about different lines, different designers, your lines. We interact with stylists, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay,
And
and
of
a
course,
lot of
photographers.
okay, okay.
Sorry.
No, I just like made some like dumb joke. It doesn't matter.
Okay, okay.
Um, okay. So, can you talk a little bit about what you like and what you dislike about your job?
I love everything. I don't dislike anything.
Okay.
I love
Like not
every
even
bit of it.
okay, not even dealing with like difficult suppliers or difficult manufacturers.
Not at all. I enjoy every bit of what I
Really?
do. Yeah,
Okay, that's a first. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, okay. So uh, you said that you don't really need to be good at drawing to be good at fashion design. So can
yeah.
you talk about what skills you require to be good at like the one aspect of it, which is the actual fashion design aspect of it, and the other aspect of it, which is the business aspect of it?
Honestly, if you love what you do, then I don't think you need to really be good at it because it just comes naturally to do what you want to do.
Right,
So all this is a very natural thing. If you love fashion, you will look into and do everything. But anyways, when it comes to designing, you need to be good with I would say getting your client, understanding what your client needs, because that's really important to get up to have your USP, your unique selling point of your brand. That's really
right.
important so that
Okay,
it stands out from the others in
right,
your own way. And business aspect, you need to be very price conscious because you need to be aware of how much people are ready to spend on a certain garment.
right, right. Do you ever collaborate with other designers?
No, we don't collaborate with designers, but you can collaborate with like not fashion designers. You can collaborate with someone who's into either into accessories or into like shoes or something related to fashion, but not directly related to fashion.
Okay. And
Yeah,
you're also involved with the Lakme Fashion Week. Is that
yeah,
right?
right.
Okay, so can you talk about your experience with the Lakme Fashion Week? Because that's pretty commendable that like you're already involved with such a big event.
It is an amazing experience because that's the only way to get out there to the main buyers because India has a lot of multi-designer stores. So to get out there to different stores all over India and making sure your name is heard by every other person, that's the most important way. That's the biggest platform you can ever get.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's an amazing, amazing experience.
Okay, and can you talk about how you landed that? Like,
So it's been quite a struggle to land up there. It's not been easy, but because there's a lot of screenings, there's a lot of the mentors, the board is very difficult to get through.
okay,
So you have to keep trying, and if you're good, you will be there.
okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so, uh, is there any way to make a social impact through your work?
Of course, there's so for us, socially making an impact is what makes you what takes you ahead rather.
Okay.
So do you
Okay.
mean like in terms of social media?
No. So, is like for example, environmentalists they do things for the environment,
Right.
and like that's how they can contribute to social life.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, there is a way. So a lot of designers go out there to the small villages, pick out the main work. You know about these small the hand work that
like
these
that,
people
like the
do,
handicrafts. Yeah. Okay.
the hand looming,
Right.
then getting stuff embroidered by these really small village women who are in need
Okay.
of work and their work is excellent, but it's not you people don't know about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So giving them work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about more in detail of what we have studied and and like the difference between the pedagogy in India versus England where you studied?
So India is a very different market compared to any other part of the world. It's because we have our own setup. Here you don't have like people in probably China, Japan, England, all of that. They actually sew every garment by themselves, and
Okay.
they're very inspired by concepts. In India, that we lack that. But in the
Okay.
Western or probably another country, people are very inspired by their concept, which is it's brilliant. And I mean it's a very different how do I put it? It's just a very different way they look at every garment than we do. We do it mainly because we know India as a market has a lot of money. We do it to sell and make money. They do it because it's their passion.
Right.
I would put it
Okay.
across like that.
Okay. And okay, so which school did you study in the UK, and what was the application process like? Did you require a portfolio or something like that?
Yeah, so I was studying in London College of Fashion. So we have to, anyways, after my school in SNDT, after my college here, I had a portfolio ready. So you
Okay.
have to have your portfolio really a very, very strong portfolio. And it
Okay.
depends if you're applying to LCF or CSM or another college, the requirements are all different.
Okay. And what does a
Yeah.
portfolio typically have?
A portfolio has your concept. When you start a collection, you need an inspiration. So your inspiration board, your color, what color scheme you're going to go look into for that particular collection, what your other factors are, your detailings, your final sketches, your final lineup, then maybe a photo shoot of what you finally do, your sampling, all of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you exactly study in design school in the UK? Like, do you study the business aspect of it also, or do you only study the design aspect?
The course that I did was mainly design oriented, not business oriented. So it was
Okay.
basically, yeah, designing and how to get to your main designing with your inspiration
Okay.
and a
And
lot
is
of
it
research.
okay? Okay, great. And is it mostly theory, or is there a lot of
No,
practical
it's
involved?
all practical. Eight ninety
Okay.
percent is practical.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how was that experience different from your time at BD Somani?
My BD Sumani I wouldn't even consider, but SNDT it was 50% practical, 50% theory.
Okay.
And in London, it was all practical. It was a very different approach that the people in England have than the people in India have when they look at a garment or a design.
Okay. Awesome. So we're actually coming to the end, but we have a question. This question is from Neharika, and she's asking, what has been your most memorable moment professionally?
My most memorable memory professionally has obviously been my own store launching and
Yeah.
opening of my own store. So
Okay.
yeah, that's been the highest point of my life.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so where do you see yourself 5 years from now, and what do you think the scope for the fashion industry in India is?
5 years from now, I see myself having a couple of stores, not just in India, but even in places like New York and London and Milan.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the scope, I mean, right now, I just feel it's they've got a lot of we are being influenced by the Western uh, work, so it's
Okay.
slowly drifting into a lot like how people abroad do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. So I think okay. Just one more last question I have is that is there any way for students who are interested in fashion design who like not necessarily can afford to go abroad to study,
Right.
is there anything that they can do while they are here to improve their skills from here, any online course or any internship or anything like that?
Internships are always a good thing,
Okay.
and also you can do SNDT is a really, I mean, not I'm not saying it because I went there, but it's a really good college.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a really, and it's very affordable. So
Hmm.
it's a very good college. There's also NIFT, and there are other couple of colleges that have come up.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a lot of ways you don't have to go abroad to study. You can
Right.
very well study fashion here and be out there also.
Okay, awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So those are all my questions, Igita. Thank you so much for
Thank
sparing some
you.
time and coming to talk to us. And I hope you also had a good time.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you so much.
and I hope you come back for another interview later.
Definitely.
Okay, see you. Bye. Thanks a lot.
All
And
right. Bye. Thank you.
bye.
Bye.